Good morning. I need a new foundation shade, so I thought we would color match together and I can show you how. Beautycounter is out of stock on their sample cards right now. I don't have very many left. A lot of them look like this, where I've used a few of the samples to help clients. But I do have a very good selection of shades here at my house. So if you're local, I can help you color match. And if you want to help color match and you're not local and I don't have samples, you can send me a picture of yourself in natural light, and I'm very good at color matching by a photo. It just has to be in natural light. So make sure it's not direct sunlight, but that you're standing near a window and you're facing the window and you take the picture. That way the light is on your face and I can help you. But if you do have the option to use samples or have a few different shades, maybe you go into Ulta and you try a few different shades on your face and then you order from me. That is the best case scenario. Okay, so I was pretty tan during like the height of summer. I'm still pretty tan, but I have a few shades that are warm or golden undertones, and I'm more of a neutral undertone. So I wanna show you the difference in that. So this is a medium 360, and this is how I color match. I put a little here on my cheek area, and then I blend it down like this. So you wanna remember where you put each shade. So that's medium 360. It actually is blending pretty good because it's a neutral undertone, but I think it's just a little bit too dark for me. So then if I go down a few, we have medium 350 and medium 345. Both of those are golden undertones. So, and so is 340. So I just got a new shade, medium 320. So you can see I had to drop down quite a few shades to get to the next neutral undertone. Do you see how you can kind of see that line? Your perfect shade is going to completely disappear. You won't see a line at all. So let's try medium 320, and I want to do it right next to that one. It's a brand new one, so it takes a minute to come out. See, that looks way too light. Well, we might be mixing a few shades. So it's important to bring it down. And this is great if you have Caucasian skin. If you have darker skin, or if you're a Black person, then you actually don't want to bring it down on your neck and color match your neck. Color matching towards your chest is actually going to be a better idea. Or, you know, when people say the inside of your wrist, that would be way too light as well. So you want to let this dry down for about 10 minutes so that you can see if it disappears or if the color changes at all. I'm going to do a little bit more of the 360 over here. I don't know if we got a good amount. See, to me, those look way different. That one looks a little too orangey. This one looks a little too light, but once it dries, we'll come back and we'll see which works better. Just for demonstration's sake, I might do a few of the middle shades on this side. So let's do 345 on this side. See how that looks a little bit yellowy on me? That undertone's not quite right. And then we'll do, let's do 340 next to it. I'm almost out of that one, but I should be able to get enough. This one's gonna be way too golden, I think. How funny, the one that I say is like gonna be way off actually probably looks the best. Let's do a little bit more 340 right here. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes and it's a little bit hard to tell on camera, but this one is definitely a little bit orangey in the mirror. This one is way too light. It did not disappear enough. And of course, if I blend a little bit better, I could probably make it work, but it's not ideal. This one definitely also too orangey. I believe that was 345. And I'm shocked to say this one that I put here and here disappeared completely. So we're gonna use the one that's almost empty, medium 340. So it looks like I'll be ordering a few new ones. So let's get these other ones off, and I'll show you a couple of different ways to apply your foundation. Actually, I'm going to, since I just used that, I'm going to put a little more moisturizer on. I use the Countertime Soft Cream. It's almost out. And a pro tip, turn it upside down and you'll be able to get it off the pump thing for days. And then if that doesn't work for you, you can get this. This is called a Spatty. I get mine on Amazon, S-P-A-T-T-Y. And it helps you get product out of anything and everything. Okay, I love, if I'm wearing foundation and not just my dew skin, I need an SPF. You always need an SPF, no matter if you're gonna be inside or outside, because you can actually have skin damage from your phone or computers. It's called blue light. So I use the Daily Sheer Defense for my SPF if I'm gonna be wearing a true foundation. Sometimes I'll layer my dew skin and my foundation, but we'll just do Daily Sheer Defense today. And then the priming serum, which is the free gift for new Band of Beauty members. Right now, I think that might change, is really, really nice. It's hydrating, it helps keep your makeup on longer, it helps it go on smoother. I use this Spatty for everything, y'all. I just kind of wash it in between uses. It's silicone. So for the priming serum, concentrate that on the middle of your face and then work your way out. I like to make sure I get it on my eyes really well to help like mascara not run as much, to make sure if I wear eyeshadow that stays in place, and then just spread the rest out. And that might have felt like a lot of layers, but my skin feels so smooth when my makeup goes on. Have you ever had that feeling where your just makeup doesn't feel like it's laying quite right? If you don't have great skincare, you can't have great makeup because it's the foundation for everything. So I love to use a beauty blender. This is called the Better Blender from Beautycounter. You get it wet, you squeeze out all the extra moisture, and then it's nice and bouncy. It's got like a tip to do under the eyes. It's got a bigger portion to do the rest of your face. You can just use your fingers too. So sometimes I'll use my fingers, sometimes I'll use the beauty blender, sometimes I'll do a combination of both. So let's blend this all in and see how it looks all over my face. Look, we're gonna use the Spatty again. Use this a lot. And I'll be placing another Beautycounter order to get more of this one. I was mixing like a really dark shade and a really light shade, so I can make it work with how many I've got. Okay, so you could just use your fingers and rub it in. Your fingers are your best tool when it comes to makeup. They warm things up and just help things blend in really smoothly. If you like a heavier coverage, fingers is actually ideal because less of the product is gonna be soaking into anything, a brush or a sponge. If you like a more airbrushed finish or like a more medium coverage, then you can use your blender and just blend that all around. But obviously some product will soak in to your blender. That is a pretty good shade match, I would say. And then I'm using 2 different concealers right now. I'll just go ahead and show you that too. That kind of goes along with color matching because they also have some undertones. But I like a little bit of a brightening effect for under my eyes and then a little bit more of a true match to my skin if I'm covering up any blemishes. And I want you to see the coverage of this foundation when I'm done. So you can still see like a tiny little blemish is still peeking through there, but almost everything else is hidden, a little something there. And that's what concealer is for. If you like a fuller coverage foundation, I would let this dry down for just a couple minutes and go in with a second coat. That's totally acceptable too. So this is medium 1.5. It's a neutral undertone. I like a little dab of that for under my eyes. And then I'm actually using Tan 0 for any blemishes. I felt like it was a better undertone match than medium 3. And then I typically will use my fingers to blend that out, or I have this Real Techniques brush from Amazon. I think I have it linked on my Amazon storefront, which you can find on my website, The Paleo Dietitian, or linked in my bio on Facebook or Instagram. It just like blends everything so quickly and it makes it look so good. But for a blemish, I always use my finger because like I said, the coverage is gonna be more and you really want to cover those up. So I feel like I still have some dimension to my face since I used a different shade of concealer, but now I'll go in with a blush, a highlighter, and the rest. But that is how I color match. If I can help you color match, please let me know. And if you're local, please reach out to me and come to my house and we will have a color matching party in my bathroom. It's so much fun.